Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So what we have here from this website reclaimthenet.org is a very clear and irrefutable proof that Sony doesn't care about human rights, doesn't care about black lives, doesn't care about anything. It is only a company that is siding with the winning side, so to speak, and the winning side here is China and the losing side is Hong Kong. And of course that's according to the logic of Sony and to the number of people that buy their products. You know, mainland China is a huge market for any company out there, and these terms of service here were written in such a way like you feel like as if a military ruler wrote those and shows Sony's true colors. So the terms of service here, according to the version 16.0.0 here, October 2020, it says you may not use your account or use PSN in any way to create, reproduce, publish, or disseminate any information which opposes the basic principles in the Constitution of the People's Republic of China, the PRC. But if it opposes something from the American Constitution, you're fine. You just don't have to go against China. That's it. Second point says endangers the security of the PRC, divulges PRC state secrets, or jeopardizes the sovereignty and unification of the PRC. And you know about this sovereignty thing, Hong Kong was a British colony, and then in 1999 it was kinda given back, so to speak, to China, but China wouldn't have full sovereignty on it until 2045, and China doesn't want to wait until 2045. They want to have full sovereignty right now. I mean, even now, if you follow what's happening in Hong Kong, you know that even now people cannot vote for the mayor. The mayor that they vote for, the popular vote, is only about 40% or a little bit more. It's less than 50%, and the other 60% or so is the votes of companies, and companies obviously will vote for a mayor that is pro-China. But China wants to accelerate things and wants Hong Kong to get into the Chinese mainland, so to speak. They are geographically in the Chinese mainland, but they want them to be totally Chinese. They don't want them to have any kind of rights that Chinese people in the mainland don't. Third point, it says damages the honor and interests of the PRC. This is really disgusting, the honor. Do you remember the Blitzchung event and what Activision said about the honor of China? That is totally disgusting. I mean, Sony is not only defending its interest, financially speaking, but it is also enforcing laws that are totally against freedom of speech. The other day they had the BLM theme and they were urging people to help the BLM movement, I mean the association, not the people, but rather the association, and to give money to them and whatnot. And you know where that money goes? And some people who claim to adhere to BLM movement do things that jeopardize the lives of the American citizens, and that goes against government, and yet they are totally fine to do that. Another point, violates PRC policies on religion or propagates heresies or superstition. Again, another pathetic one, heresies. Like, are we in an inquisition or what? Seriously, heresies and superstition. This seems like terms of service of the Catholic Church in the 12th century in Spain. What the hell? Next point, disseminates rumors, disrupts social order or undermines social stability. And you know that China is very keen on these kind of things, and they want to mold people into one kind of example, and they don't want anyone different from what they think an ideal citizen should be. Another point, disseminates obscenity, spiciness, gambling, violence, or instigates others to commit crimes. And again, some people who claim to adhere to BLM are committing crimes, are committing riots, are stealing other people's properties and destroying it. And the last point is prohibited by the PRC laws, administrative regulation, and other provisions. And like I said, this is some kind of military terms of service that Sony is imposing on people from Hong Kong. And the article says here as to how Sony intends to implement these rules. the document states that Sony Interactive Entertainment is not required to monitor or record its users. In other words, it can do so. Online activity carried out via the PlayStation Network, unless that is quote-unquote otherwise required by applicable law. If mainland China tells them you have to record these people and give us every information we need, they will do it. And like I said here, Sony reserves the right to monitor, record all activities and remove any content at its sole discretion and without any further notice, while users who sign the agreement grant this right to the company. On the other hand, Sony and unspecified third parties will let PSN users share their personal information with others on the network, including real names, if displayed, online ID, activities, gameplay, and more. So, in short, Sony is spying on you and you're not safe at all using a Sony device. And I would never want Sony to have its hands on my data, even if I don't do anything suspicious, even if I'm just a normie out there that I am. I don't want them to have my information. They don't have the right to. They impose these things on you, because if you don't agree on those terms of service, you cannot use PlayStation software and hardware. In addition, Sony, quote, may dissolve your personal information to third-party service providers, including without limitation customer service providers, repair service providers, geolocalization service providers, advertisers, insurers, lawyers, bankers, and accountants, and other third-party service providers who provide customer product warranty, maintenance, administrative, telecommunications, postal, computer payment, or other services that led us to enable us to operate our business, which means the Chinese government, because the Chinese government is one of those kind of services, quote unquote, that enable Sony to operate on the Chinese mainland. And you know, here they play with words and they hide the devil in the details, like they say. And other companies within the Sony group of companies. End of quote. This is in Hong Kong, but it is very possible to see it elsewhere in the future, because if Sony did this and in fear of losing a big market like China, it can be applicable to other bigger markets, who knows. And yeah, Sony can go fuck themselves, because they have no moral ground whatsoever to stand on. Them supporting BLM is clearly an agenda, is clearly something to have a bigger market share in the United States, because they know normies that don't care about politics will buy their products. And I think it is a kind of moral duty to any US citizen to expose this kind of behavior, because this company is clearly siding with the winning side and is clearly only interested in your money. So if you think that they don't deserve your money, you know what to do. I don't think they deserve mine. And it wouldn't be the end of the world if I don't play Sony games. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. Your opinion matters. Please leave a comment down below. Share the video with your friends, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a good one.